What is going on, guys? Exostomp here, and we're gonna go over the ADL Season 3 draft breakdown, or at least my draft breakdown. Last time I did it, it was a little sloppy. I'm not gonna worry too much about surprising you guys with what I got. We're just gonna talk about what I got, make this as quick as possible. I don't want to hold you guys up. So anyways, we got, for number 1, Hydreigon. I picked up Hydreigon mainly because I haven't used it in draft before, and I always think it's a threat, always. So I want to try it out, want to see if I could do work with it. I had to be careful about fairy types, of course, but also I did do some notable things, like I put in the moves, what moves you usually see it running, as well as items, maybe abilities, stuff like that. And I also wanted to show you the stats. So for moves, you usually see it like a Specs or a Scarf variant with like Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, U-Turn. But you could run other things like a Roost variant. You could be running a DD variant, a Nasty Plot variant. There's a lot of things that this Pokemon can do, which is actually pretty cool. Especially if they don't have a good enough fairy type to break it. It can actually do some work. The stats are insane. You can, like I said, run anything that you want. It's defensive, it could be speedy, it could be anything that you want. And that's why I wanted to try it out. For number 2 here, we have Primarina. So I grabbed Primarina mainly because I needed a water and fairy type. And I figured that it is really good, and in this, just in draft in general, because you could just spam moves. You could spam Moonblast, spam Hyper Voice with Liquid Voice. You can run so many things, or not run so many things. You can hit so many things, and they will either die or they will get two-shotted. And 60 speed isn't the worst. It is pretty slow, but I think I can make it work. With moves like Ice Beam, Psychic, it does have a decent amount of coverage. It also has stuff like Energy Ball. Its other ability, as you may know, is Torrent, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but you're usually going to see a Specs variant from me for Primarina. So for the next Pokemon, we grabbed Rotom-Mow. Rotom-Mow has Defog, Leaf Storm, Volt Switch, Trick, those are like the main moves. Then you got like Will-O-Wisp, you got Nasty Plot, some pretty good techs in there as well that you could be running that I may be running, so I'm not going to say too much, but you usually see Choice Scarf or maybe Lefties depending on like if it's defensive or not. Another Levitate Mon, as you see, I'm going to have 3 Levitate Mons, which is pretty funny. I have to be a little bit scared of Excadrill versus my team now that I'm looking at it, but this thing again has so many things that it can do. It could be defensive, offensive. I just like grabbing Rotoms in general just because it's an electric type that can be a fast electric type, especially in this generation. 86 is not slow at all, and you have stuff like 107 defenses and 105 special attack. Like, it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. So I wanted to grab it. It was a tier 3, so definitely why not. For my tier 4 pick, for my first one, I grabbed Weezing. Weezing was definitely a choice that I wanted to make because it's another Mon that I haven't really used, especially the regular one. I haven't really used it. In draft at least, and 120 defense is crazy. I mean, these stats in general for a tier 4 are really nice. I love them. So notable moves that I put down are like Clear Smog, Will-O-Wisp, Toxic Spikes, and I don't know why I put Sludge Bomb, but like Flamethrower or T-Bolt it also runs as well. Items usually see Rocky Helmet, maybe Black Sludge. It usually runs as a physical defensive tank, so that's why. And it has Levitate, but it also has Neutralizing Gas. And if you guys don't know what Neutralizing Gas does, it's basically like a Mold Breaker, where it just cuts off what their ability does. So it will cut off a lot of things, like water absorber. I mean, it'll cut off flash fire, so you can use flamethrower and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So I definitely want to use that in some of my games. For the next mon that I, well, you guys can see, Future Forehead, shout out to Burger. I'm surprised that Behem isn't his mascot, but maybe he'll do that soon. We got Energy Ball. I put Recover because like not a lot of people know that it has Recover, and it could be a decent tank, honestly. Like its stats are really good for a tier 5. I had to grab this. Shadow Ball and T-Bolt. I put Expert Belt mainly because you could be running Trick Room on it, and Trick Room, it learns Nasty Plot too. I should have put that on there as well. But this thing hits hard, especially with Analytic. Ooh, this 125 special attack. Yeah, this thing hits hard. Can't wait to use it in a decent amount of my games. And for the next one, we got Terrakion. So Terrakion, another mon that's new to this generation, wanted to use it. Incredible attack as well as speed is really good. Mega Horn, it learns now. I put up setup moves like Swords Dance and Calm Mind. Calm Mind, hey, I'll be running it one of these matches. I want to try it, okay? Justified, we have 2 Justified mons, which is cool. And then you usually see Choice Scarf on it. Its stats are very nice. It's not something that could be really defensive, but it can live a hit from a decent amount of things. As you can see, I was going like bulky offense as much as possible, and I think it worked out pretty well. Anyways, for the next mon, we have Arcanine. So Arcanine, I have used it. Yes, I've used it in the EDL. I felt like it was lacking something. I don't know. It might just be me. I really like the Pokemon. I love Arcanine, but I feel like it was lacking something. Maybe with me using it here, it'll change my mind. But basically, I grabbed this because it learns tons of really good moves like E-Speed, which is great, Close Combat, Morning Sun, which can heal it, and it learns Teleport. So it doesn't need U-Turn or Volt Switch. It can teleport out, which is pretty awesome. Usually see Leftovers on it, sometimes Rocky Helmet. Intimidate is great. It learns Flash Fire and Justified as well. If you don't know what those do, Flash Fire is basically makes you immune to fire, which isn't the best because Arcanine already resists. And then Justified gives you the boost. If you get hit with a Dark type move, it gives you a boost. Anyways, great stats. All across the board is really nice. 90 HP is really nice as well because it will not die in one hit unless it's hit with like a Hydro Pump from some really strong water type with Specs or something, but I don't think it's gonna be dying in one hit anytime soon, hopefully. And for the next mon here, let me get rid of a few of these, don't mind me, let's just do that. Okay, for the next mon, let's talk about Berserker. Berserker is slow, yeah, 50 speed isn't that fast, but its attack, HP, and defense are pretty insane. It learns Close Combat, Gyro Ball, which is good because it's slow, Seed Bomb, and U-Turn. Other moves that it learns, well, it was a normal type, so it does learn a lot of moves, so I would say if you're interested in Berserker, definitely look up on those, but it usually runs AV because it has so many good offensive moves and not too many passive moves, so. And it has a new ability called Steely Spirit, and what that does is, well, it's sort of cut off, but this Pokemon's allies Steel type moves have their BP multiplied by 1.5. So basically any Steel move is going to be multiplied by 1.5. So Gyro Ball is going to be doing more, a lot more, which is great. It also has Tough Claws, which makes contact moves be multiplied by 1.3, which is also good if you're not planning on really using Steel type moves, and Battle Armor, which means it can't be struck by critical hit, which is also a really good one. So 3 really good abilities. Honestly, this mon for a tier 4 pick, really good. A really good pickup. And at this point, with us going over it, we have the Dragon Steel Fairy core and the Fire Water Grass core. So, really good. Our next mon, okay, alright, hear me out. I grabbed Delibird mainly because it has removal and defog and Rapid Spin. It has spikes, which I needed all of those. Okay. And it learns Freeze Dry, which is cool. It has some priority with, like, I think it has Quick Attack and Ice Shard. It has a few techs that I really like. It has Hustle. I'm probably not going to be using Hustle because even with Hustle, it does minimal damage. So I'd rather it not be slept or miss. So Hustle's probably not going to happen. I usually see Focus Sash on it because it's so weak. Yeah, its stats aren't that good. Let's not talk about Delibird anymore, okay? I mean, look, I like the Pokemon. I just wish it had an evolution or something. Hopefully next generation, or with these new DLCs coming out, it might get something. Hopefully, because I know there's an Ice Mountain thing, so maybe. Okay. All right, Hippowdon. Hippowdon is the last Mon. We actually swapped Hippowdon, or Cloyster for Hippowdon, because we didn't really have Stealth Rocker. We had Terrakion, but not reliable, at least. So, some notable moves on it is Body Press, especially for defensive Pokemon. Great. Slack Off, Recovery, Whirlwind, which is a great one, and then Curse, which is pretty good under Trick Room. Okay, so Leftovers, you usually see Leftovers, and you usually see Sandstream on it, depending on what you're versing, of course. And yeah, its stats are great. Definitely a good tier 2 pickup. I actually wanted to grab it, and then someone sniped me, but then they dropped it, so it works out. What did I not get that I wanted? Honestly, not much. I think I got everything that I wanted. When I was building it, I didn't realize that I didn't have a Rapid Spinner and a, what's it called? A Spiker. So grabbing Delibird is really just for that. It's mainly going to be a Suicide Lead if I bring it. But yeah, that's gonna be it today, guys. If you have any questions or anything, let me know in the comments. I will definitely answer them. The week 1 match should be coming up pretty soon after this, because me and Bowser. I'm actually versing Bowser, Super Shell Smash Bros. Or Bowser first, which is gonna be fun. His team looks pretty solid, but I think I have a way to break through it. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys next time. Please make sure to let everyone know about this. I want to try to get this pretty big, so yeah. See you guys later.